What's up, everyone? It's Bones here. In today's video, I'll take a little bit more time resonating with you all as we wait for the Age of Overlords videos to start dropping. But before I begin, if you're a fan of in-depth combo videos, new set coverage, and occasional fun stuff that we like to do on the channel, then self-fulfill the vision I had of you clicking those thumbs up and subscribe buttons. The Resonator engine is similar to the Sacred Beasts in regards to you having a Searcher Continuous spell plus a level 2 that can get you into another extender, but how you approach, how you play your hands are a little bit different, and a lot of these combos revolve around having Vision plus Blue, because it's what allows you to let you do the most, and I'll show throughout the video what these combinations can do. We're going to special summon out the Jet, and we're going to use its effect in order to get ourselves any Sprite, Spell, and Trap. I'm going to get Sprite Starter for all of these scenarios just because I want to reiterate you searching whatever you need to at the time of you searching it. But we're now going to go into our Cupid pitch, and this will allow us to get the Cupid pitch along with the effect of the Vision Resonator, and we're going to make the Cupid pitch level 6. The Resonator allows us to get Crimson Gaia, and another big difference between the Resonator engine and the Sacred Beast stuff is the fact that Vision Resonator has the Graveyard effect in order to search the continuous spell, so you're not really able to get hit with Imperm in grind games where you may be low on cards. So we're going to now use the effect of the Cupid pitch, and this will be able to add us the hop. And now we're going to go and use our Crimson Gaia. Another nice thing that the Sprite version takes advantage of with the Resonator and Red Dragon Archfiend card is the fact that you can get that extra level 8 off of the Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend, and you'll usually have more Sprite extenders as well, which means that you'll have more than enough material to be able to synchro off, as we're going to make our Cheng Ying, and then we're going to use the effect of the Scarred in order to bring out our Red Dragon Archfiend. We went into the Cheng Ying specifically because the Red Dragon Archfiend will have its end phase effect as we have the Hop Ear in hand. This will banish the Sprite Blue, and do keep in mind that you can banish whatever you want to banish and get back into your deck, or even get back during your own turn through Dispatter if you don't happen to use it. But we're now going to go into the main phase, where, again, another nice thing that you actually have here, which I forgot to point out, is that when you're going second with the Resonator cards, there's a small chance, depending on the matchup, that you'll actually be able to start your turn by special summoning out the Resonator, so you won't have to use your normal summon. So I think that's pretty nice too, as we're now going to special summon out the Hop Ear, go into our Dispatter, and like that, we got the Cheng Ying effect to banish and protect itself, and the Dispatter is now live. You can also go into Baron and other stuff, but I'll show that as the video goes on. So now I do want to show off Vision Resonator along with Jet, because there are going to be times where having the Vision Resonator doesn't mean that you immediately want to synchro. It's still Sprite, and we're going to now go into our Gigantic Sprite, and again, this is just another nice thing where the Vision Resonator will be able to get the search off of the detach along with the Sprite Blue. We'll be able to get our Carrot, and then we can get our Crimson Gaia, as that will give us the extra level 2 that we can search for follow-up, as we'll special summon out our Carrot, activate the Crimson Gaia, get ourselves the Vision Resonator, and now we can set the Sprite Starter, whatever else you happen to set, and go from there. Or you can do something like go into IP Masquerena, depending on what else your hand is. I'm just showing the minimal thing because we're only working with 2 cards here. Now, I want to show 2 iterations of this third combo, and we're going to start here with Sprite Blue plus any level 2, and we're going to special summon out the Blue, as we'll be able to search ourselves the Jet. We'll then special summon out the Jet, as we'll use its effect in order to add ourselves the Sprite Starter, go into the Sprind, and this is another nice piece of synergy that we have here, where the Sprind can send the Vision Resonator, and that can get us the Crimson Gaia. The Crimson Gaia can then get us into the Vision Resonator, but we'll search ourselves the Saronir off of the Bestial Lubellion, and this is where I said I wanted to kind of show the deviations that you can make with this combo, where you search Magna Hut or the Saronir. So I'm going to be doing Saronir first, as we're going to use the effect of the Vision Resonator, or we're going to use the effect of the Crimson Gaia to get the Vision Resonator, activate the Saronir so that we can special summon it out, special summon out the Vision Resonator, then we can special summon out Lubellion, as we'll use the effect of the Saronir to send another copy of Lubellion, then we can use the Lubellion. This will get you either your Branded Beast, you can get into your Etude of the Branded, or you can get the Regained. It depends on what you want to allocate your deck spots in, but we're now going to be able to go into our Baron, as we'll then go into our gigantic Spright, and then we'll use the effect of the gigantic Spright in order to get ourselves into the carrot, and then off of these 3 cards, we were able to get ourselves into multiple disruptions via the Baron Omni Negate. We have the carrot spell and trap negate, but then we also have either double cross, Sprite Smashers, or the Sprite Starter to get into your Sprite Red. Now for the second iteration of this combo, we'll be starting again by normal summoning any level 2, and then we'll special summon out the blue, use its effect as we'll be able to get ourselves the jet, special summon out the jet as we'll use its effect in order to get ourselves any Sprite spell trap. Now we'll go into our Sprint as the Sprint will be able to get the Vision Resonator, and then we'll use the effect of the Vision Resonator to get our Crimson Gaia, and then we can activate the Crimson Gaia so that we can get ourselves the search of the Vision Resonator, and then we can continue our turn by using our Lubellion, getting ourselves the Magna Hut, as then we can activate the Magna Hut, we'll banish the Vision Resonator, and then we can use the effect of the Magna Hut on field as we can now special summon the Vision Resonator, special summon out our Lubellion as we'll use the Lubellion in order to get any branded spell trap that you want to get, and then we're going to go into our Dispatter, we can then go into the Gigantic Spright, we can then use the effect of the Gigantic Spright, detaching the blue in order to get our carrot, then you can also use the effect of the Dispatter if you would like to continue from here, as you can then also link away into your Masquerena. You don't have to use the effect of the Dispatter, or you can even use the effect of the Dispatter and then use the Vision Resonator as tribute fodder for the carrot depending on what the rest of your hand is. But then we'll just set the Sprite Starter here as we'll go to the end phase, and then we can get ourselves the Druid Worm, which you can also use as IP fodder for the Druid Worm. And this is really nice with Sprite Starter specifically because in a little under a month we'll be getting Age of Overlords, and we'll be getting a card called SP Little Knight that I'll show in the deck profile. So even if you link to lock yourself, you still have an option for removal, which will make this deck even better. Now for the final hand, and I know it's a short video, but it's because it's also such a minimal engine, and it's a deck that's already well known and pretty straightforward. So we're going to start here by activating the Crimson Gaia, and I do want to show this approach because, again, when you're playing the Vision Resonator stuff, it's because you want to play more count of the Vision Resonator or ways to get to it, and then your Crimson Gaia is the 1-2 of that you have that can either get you into a level 2 or it can be the reason that you kind of combo off a little bit. As we're going to then use the effect of our blue in order to get our jet, we're then going to special summon out the jet, use the effect of the jet in order to get the starter. We'll then go into Cupid Pitch, we'll also use the effect of the Vision Resonator, as we'll be able to use the effect of the Cupid Pitch in order to increase its level, as we'll also go into the Axel, then use the effect of the Cupid Pitch along with the Axel, get back the Vision Resonator, then we can use the effect of the Cupid Pitch to get ourselves Caligo. We'll special summon out Caligo as we go into Baron, activate the Sprite Starter, you don't have to do this, but this can get you into the extra spell and trap negate or monster negate. You can set the Sprite Starter, of course, and go on to your next turn, or go on to the opponent's turn, as then you'll have the Crimson Gaia for follow-up along with anything else that you have in hand. So a relatively short video, but I really wanted to focus on here was the Resonator package as a different form of way that you could play Spright if you want to try out something different, especially because it features some of the new cards that we just got in the structure deck, and variants can always change how people prepare for certain decks. That said, you'll see that you have a lot of other options that you can play. SP Little Knight, this is the card that I was talking about. If this card is link summoned using a fusion, synchro, exceed, and or link monster as material, you can target one card on the field or in the graveyard, banish it. Also, your monsters cannot attack directly for the rest of this turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including at least one monster you control, banish both monsters until the end phase. You can only use each effect of Little Knight once per turn. And that second effect there, when your opponent activates a card or effect, allowing you to banish 2 face-up monsters, is really nice, because if you're playing around Nibiru and you've happened to use your Baron already on a hand trap, then it means that you can dodge the Nibiru with the SP Little Knight, and then you can bring back the Baron, which also will get back its negate because it left the field. Just cool little tips and tricks there that you should remember when we get this card, because it will be a pretty big part of this deck. Then you also see the other branded traps that you can play. I think that the Etude is probably the least likely that you'll play because we have the Hop here. Then we also have the Ibli, which you can special summon off of the Gigantic, and if you do play Ibly, you can play Enemy Controller as well. We also have Forbidden Droplet, which is probably a card that you want to consider because of Hot Red King Calamity, even if it is kind of a tier 3/roguish deck. It's one of those things that you have to prepare for. Another one that I would like to point out is Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial becomes a starter because you're able to get yourself into the Vision Resonator being in the graveyard with the Crimson Gaia getting you into a level 2, and that can set you up for your Sprite plays. Not really a starter, but it's going to be something that facilitates your plays. And we have the Called by the Grave, which can also be here to combat hand traps, along with the Fenrir, which easily is one of the most popular cards in the format. But I do like the Prod of Prosperity in the deck just because you want the added consistency of seeing your level 2s. Outside of that, I don't really have much else to say, as this really is just Bestial Sprite with the Resonator package. And also, you do kind of want to play the 3 Resonator call from my experience with the deck, just because even if it is a lot of engine, it is something that directly gets you into the Vision Resonator, which means that you can get your Sprite plays going as consistently as possible, which is extremely important in how this deck functions. So with all of that, I'll take you onto the card by card, and we have the 3 Vision Resonator, the 3 Resonator Call, the 2 Crimson Gaia, Double Cross, 3 Prosperity, 3 Imperm, 2 Sprite Starter, the 1 Smashers, the 2 Lubellion, the 1 Magna Hut, the 3 Sprite Blue, the 2 Sprite Jet, and then have the 2 Saronir, the 1 Druis Worm, the 1 Red, the 1 Carrot, the Branded Regained, Hopier and Caligo, Thrust, 2 Talents, 3 Ash. Into the extra deck, we have the 1 Cupid Pitch, Red Dragon Archfiend, Scarred Dragon Archfiend, Axel, Dispatter, Chaos Angel, Ying, Baron, 2 Gigantic Sprite, 1 Downward Magician, Zeus, Friend, Masquerena, and Unicorn to round out the deck profile. So for everyone who's made it this far, I'd like to thank you for watching and for the 600 plus subs. I truly appreciate your support. We've monetized the channel, giving us access to supers and memberships, which means that more awesome stuff is on the horizon. To get the channel membership, just click on the description below, and there will be a link that takes you there. You'll also notice a free Discord link that I've made for us too. If you want to support me as a content creator, even if you can't donate supers or get memberships for the channel, clicking on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons help a lot too. For those wondering, I do plan on making updates to the channel as the support on the channel grows. Anyways, I hope to see you on the next one. It's Bones, signing out.